you and Liam are out there playing finally together. How's that going?
Yeah, it's been a long wait, and obviously we're excited to be working together, and it was a good session today. Liam's very talkative out there. I'm very talkative, and that only helps the back line and the guys in front of us.
I was going to ask you who's louder, you or Liam?
I don't know. I think we're going to have to find out when we're in Providence Park and it's loud, and figure out who's got the louder voice. I mean, so far, it's been pretty even, I think.
With you guys being both league veterans, both vocal players, both leaders on the back line, is there kind of a balancing act in making sure, you're taking commands from each other and both, maybe being the leader in one aspect and not necessarily overpowering each other, I guess?
Yeah, that's a great question. Absolutely. It has to be a dynamic on the soccer field. You can't have two guys yelling different information, or, even if we're yelling the same thing, the timing has to be right. So, there are going to be times when I'm going to have to shut up and let him do the organizing, and vice versa.
Where does Adam fit into that as well? It's a pretty strong voice.
Yeah. I think that triangle, the goalkeeper and the two center backs, are very important. From the standpoint of defending and just making sure guys are in the right spots and switched on. So for sure we're going to want him to be loud and to continue to assert himself.
With these 3 games coming up, how important is that? You'll probably play in, I guess, 2, but how important is it for you guys to get the back line particularly cohesive and ready for the season?
Yeah, it's huge. We're going to find out a lot about each other, I think, in the next 2 games, and it's going to be pressure situations. It's going to be some situations that maybe we don't handle the best. I think it's going to be really how we react to those situations, and how we learn from them.
Caitlin's been very specific that these don't count. You're not going to. It doesn't affect your record. It doesn't affect your future. Is that a good thing?
Well, I think you're always fighting for spots, and I think you're always trying to get better. And I think that, especially for the new guys, like myself and Adam, anybody else coming into the team, it's definitely a time to show, that we can play, with this group, and we do fit in right, and we're good for this team. So I think there is some pressure.
Obviously, the media, being us, I've harked on the 61 goals a lot last year that the Timbers allowed. How much pride are you going to try to take in not showing that the Timbers can be a good defense team this year after the season that happened last year?
Well, I pride myself on being a good defender, and I'm not a very good attacker, so I have to pride myself on doing something well. And I like to defend, and I like to get guys in good positions, and it's not all about what one player does, it's about what the group does, and just trying to instill in this group the necessity to defend, the desire to defend, and I think that's going to hopefully infect everybody and get us some very good defensive results.
How tall are you?
6'2".
How important is that?
I mean, in soccer, you can play any position, you can be any height, any weight, and you can perform. So, I'm not sure how. I mean, as a center back, it helps, I would say. But the league's becoming better in playing to feet. So, with these little guys out there, I've also got to be smart in my positioning, and it's not just going to be about winning balls in the air. It's also about tracking those guys down.
Last time you played at Providence Park was in a different jersey.
Mm-hmm.
What's going through your mind ahead of your first time Providence Park as a member of the Portland Timbers?
Just a lot of excitement. I think that after getting traded here, that was one of the first things I thought about, was coming out onto that pitch wearing a green jersey, and just having those fans behind us, and fighting for those fans, the Timbers Army and everybody else associated with this organization. I'm just really excited about that opportunity.
And they've clearly embraced you with open arms. Have you had any interactions online, in person, with any of the fans?
Yeah, it seems like every day, I'm seeing somebody wearing wearing a scarf or wearing a jacket with the Portland Timbers brand on it, and you can just tell how much pride everybody has, in terms of this team and this community, and I love it. I love interacting with the fans, and hopefully we'll get the results, and hopefully they'll be kind to us this year.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.